Good morning, everyone, and I'm so happy to have you guys all on the call, and together we can achieve a lot more. One is too small a number to do a lot with, but on the other hand, it always begins with some ideas. And Avini, this company that we're talking about, it's new, and yet it's not. It just feels so comfortable because I've been running with most of the people for quite some time, and yet, on the other hand, it's such a wonderful opportunity. And oh my goodness! So here we go. Let's share screen. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things that you can do in the world, and never underestimate the potential of influence of just one individual, just something that you can do. I look back at my life and I know there's amazing consequences of what someone did or did not do. And it's just fascinating stuff. But what if you actually purposefully, methodically, and with a plan and with amazing products, just got together and just thought, okay, that's our prime mission. This is what we're all about. We want to be in the life-changing business with products that are so powerful. They probably will change someone's life, and then have a team building program, a strategy where you can affect as many people as possible. I just like that idea. And I think all of us, at the end of the day, whether it's cleaning the garage and then going out one more time and just looking out at your handiwork, what you've done, it's just wonderful. I think some of the greatest happiness is just while we're in the process of accomplishment, and we can do that every day purposefully with Avini Health. I just get excited about that. So we're made to make a difference, and we invite you to come along and make as big a difference as you can. And so just say that one more time: Avini Health, creating is the essence of life, and that's why we're here. Dave Ramsey says it so well. He says that the most rewarding and the most frustrating, the most profitable thing that you will ever do is learn to lead high quality people well, to learn to bring someone on that's a high quality person, build a relationship, have clear communication, lead them well, and build the culture of the company, building a team of high quality thoroughbreds, and everyone is winning, and you had something to do with this. This is a rich thing. And this is a business that's got a soul. I am so excited about this. I've had an opportunity to be and play my part in leadership and see changes happening. And I'm just thinking that all the stuff I've done, I just kind of feel this sense of destiny that here we are, poised to be at the very beginning of something. There's not even 2,000 distributors right now, and this is just getting ready to explode. And you have a chance to be a big part of that, or just ride along or go back to sleep. But I recommend this is your time to wake up. This is your day to shine and do really well. So we've got people that you can trust. I've known all of these people for quite a while now. On the left, let's start with that. Our chief science officer, I would say arguably one of the premier biochemists in the world as far as developing innovative products. That involves pharmacological and nutritional. We are mostly around the nutrition aspect. Our fearless CEO in the middle, that's Neil Roth, an amazing individual. All of his life, he's been an amazing business leader. He's led in traditional business, billion-dollar companies with thousands of stores. Just has a gift for people, but also just really strong business sense. A brilliant guy, and he's excited. Neil and Rick, they've been business partners in all sorts of things for around 25 years. my friend Doug Dickey on the right. We've been friends for around 30 years, if we could be that old, imagine. But Doug's just got a big heart. He and I share something, our love for the Cell Defender. We've both had dramatic, I would say, life-changing experiences with that. My all-time very favorite product. And so why are we doing this? Well, for years, I'm talking about maybe 25 years, that particular product has been on the market, but it's gone through several business owners that didn't really appreciate it. But also over those years, it's had continual improvements. And so what we have is the latest product involved. And then the thing that's really exciting compared to so many businesses, instead of just, well, let's start a business and what we're going to sell and looking around for some kind of product or whatever, this is so exciting that this company, it's only months old, and yet we have our own manufacturing. The guy that invents the product is the owner. That's just so amazing. And since why have all these moving parts strung here and there, let's just take the raw material and the finished product is shipped out to the same building. So it's all under one roof, simple, fast, easy, and with just this simple commitment that I think it's just so amazing that the goal is just treat people well and give them products that they need timely and pay them well and just respect them, because no matter what kind of product you have, if you don't have people, it's just going to sit on the shelf and not make any difference at all. And so and when you come in here, you're valued and appreciated. And because of a lot of us being together, this is not our first rodeo. A lot of us have been working together with this product, trying to get it out to the world. And we really have an obsessive enthusiasm to change the world with these wonderful products and be involved in an organization that by doing that business, excuse me, you can actually learn and expand your ability to influence other people for good. And so we are a company that's on a mission, and we're experienced, but we have an opportunity to make a fresh start. We've all heard that statement, and I think the past several years have been just an examination to create that frustration, to inspire just inspirational dissatisfaction to the point where this idea that, well, if you want it done right, I guess you'll have to do it yourself. And so we've taken ownership, and we feel a sense of responsibility to create a sustainable company, and just basic guiding principles. What we say is what we do. Doing the right thing is the only option. And our first priority is just people and their success. And the wonderful thing that I've experienced is that any way that someone engages with this company, they're left with a positive impact. Whether it's just using the product or building the business, we're making a positive difference. And what holds our community together, as any business, there's a book called The Speed of Trust. And that's how a business grows, is by trust. And I trust all of these people. And it's just wonderful to just kind of think, wow, we got competent people that are dedicated and thoughtful, and we are going to change the world. And so this is our line of products. We're going to have some more in the future, but this is not just stuff. These products, they really are created because they fill a vital need that you really can't get anywhere else. This is really, really exciting product. Cell Defender. This is something that has been an idea for a long time. If you say detox, or if you talk about having heavy metals, your body burden, everybody knows this. This is something that we're all aware of. And to some degree, there's a lot of different products that can have some effect of detoxing. But this is the ultimate. One of the things that got my mind going was hearing Rick talk about particularly zeolite. He's been studying that back in the 1990s. And as he researched, it was something that really hit him, a study that where they actually took zeolite powder, put it in a suspension, and they gave an IV to a dog, and systemically it detoxed, but it just had some great health benefits. And he thought, wow, an IV, putting it directly in, because up at that time, zeolite, and even today, zeolite, typically, if you take it, it just goes into your digestive tract and has great value in that. But to actually enter the bloodstream and move around and pick up stuff on site, where you actually come to each individual cell and say, "Hey, I'm here to collect your garbage." Isn't that amazing? And what's so wonderful about this is you don't have to have an IV. Rick has found a way to take it way down, and let's let him talk about that.
So. My name is Rick Deitsch. I'm a biochemist, and I'm a little different in the field because I'm both a nutritional and a pharmaceutical biochemist. What I want to talk to you about today is natural zeolites. So first of all, what are zeolites? So zeolites are naturally occurring compounds. They're formed usually in volcanic eruptions when the action and lava goes into salt water, and over thousands and thousands of years, the heat and pressure form crystalline lattices, a crystal shape that becomes a natural zeolite. The zeolites are unique for a variety of reasons. First of all, they form a cage-like structure. If you saw this crystal, it's got a lot of space inside. Now, not only does it have that crystalline shape and that cage-like structure, it also carries a negative charge. So because the zeolite's cage-like structure and its negative charge, it has the ability to draw to itself and trap within itself a variety of different compounds, primarily heavy metals. Now, we use a zeolite called clinoptilolite. Clinoptilolite, because of its cage-like structure and the pore size of that particular zeolite, loves toxic heavy metals like mercury and lead and cadmium and arsenic. And it doesn't like the good metals like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium. It's really good at separating out the good from the bad. The reason is the smaller the metal and the higher the charge, the greater the affinity for the zeolite. So it just so happens that all the things that are bad for us are small with a high charge, and all things that are good for us are bigger with a lower charge. So even though clinoptilolite has this huge history of traditional medicine, traditional use in detoxification and things like that, we know there's problems with it. When I first started looking at zeolites in the 90s, I looked at clinoptilolite and I looked at some products that were basically capsules or powders that had the clinoptilolite in it, and I knew there were problems. The first problem is it was too big. The powder that comes out of a zeolite mine site is usually anywhere from 5 microns to 200 microns, like a rough granular sand. That's way too big to be absorbed from the digestive tract into the bloodstream. I came up with my first process, a micronization process. So using high pressure and centrifugation, I crush the zeolite over and over and over again to make it smaller and smaller and smaller. Well, my average particle size is smaller than a micron, and the small particles are as small as 390 nanometers, 0.39 microns. That's certainly small enough to be absorbed from the digestive tract into the bloodstream. Now, since I launched my zeolite, there's dozens of competitors that came to market, and they all claim the same thing. They use my research and my study to try to support their products. But in every one of these cases, we've not been able, in any single case, to identify zeolite in the bloodstream of people using those products. So we don't know if that even gets there. We just haven't seen it. The second problem with the natural zeolites is that they're dirty. Zeolites are really good at sucking up toxins and heavy metals. So even in the zeolite mine site, anytime air blows through that mine site and water flows through it, the zeolite's sucking up all those toxins and heavy metal. And if you don't do some sort of cleaning process, that's in the finished product. Now, I'm not saying they're dangerous, because the zeolite is so good at holding on to them, it's not exchanged out to the body. But if it's already full of all those high affinity compounds, how much can it take out of your body? How much detoxifying can it do? So in our lab, we came up with our activation process. We use high heat and ultra purified water and natural acids to first drive off the volatile organic compounds, and then to force the exchange of heavy metals for good metals. So the best analogy I can come up with this process is look at a kitchen sponge. So the sponge is dirty, it's full of stuff. How clean is it going to be able to get your kitchen and your counters? But if you take the sink and you rinse it out, clean it out, squeeze it out, now it's got tons of room, tons of space in it to be able to clean your kitchen. That's kind of what we do with our proprietary micronization activation process. And I have to tell you, no one else does this. Since I launched my zeolite product, my first commercial zeolite product in 2004, we've been knocked off dozens of times. And we looked at every one of those products, and in many cases, we can't even find zeolite in the product at all. And when we do, it's something that hasn't been micronized or activated. In many cases, people say they don't have to activate the zeolite because it comes from a pure source. Well, there's no such thing. There's no pure place or pristine place left on Earth. When we clean out the zeolite, we actually measure what comes out of it. And in one batch, we saw some volatile organic compounds come out. We measured it, and it came back as diesel fuel exhaust, which means even the manufacturing equipment that's mining the zeolite is creating toxins that are being pulled into the zeolite. So unless you're doing a process like ours, an activation process, that stuff is in the final product. Now, our product has actually been around since 2004. It's the subject of 15 clinical studies, and 3 of the studies we actually wrapped up into one study that was published in a peer-reviewed journal, and that study is available. But we've looked at this time and time again for its benefits. And 3 major benefits are pretty basic. It removes toxins and heavy metals from the body, therefore making the body healthier, and a cleaner, healthier body fixes itself. The second thing is through that activation process, we actually help stabilize pH, and we make the body more alkaline. And you want the body in an alkaline state, which puts it into an antiviral, antibacterial, anti-cancer state. And lastly, it helps support and stabilize your immune system because of those other mechanisms. This product is something that when people find out about it, everybody wants it. Everybody needs it. Everybody on the planet, and this is the only place to get it.
Wow. And I've got some friends that we've been working with this for a few years, actually. And they were curious, concerned some years ago. You look on the left and you look on the right. Wow. So there's clinical studies, but if you want, you can do your own. Her's a really good friend and normal range now. Isn't that exciting? And so all of these things you read on the other side, arsenic, beryllium, bismuth, lead, mercury, thallium, uranium. I don't think we need those in our bodies. So we've got videos on all of that, but I just kind of going back to just listening to Rick. He's very passionate, charismatic, as well as just a genius. He's written books, he's taught classes, he's got the gift of communication. And I just think, okay, my job, in fact, when I first got involved with this, I just thought, I've got to let everyone know about this. This is my job, and I can do this. A lot of it is just one person at a time and teaching other people the same idea that, hey, just learn the story, get people curious enough to listen to Rick Deitsch, that little presentation that we have. We have other presentations on all of the products, but we don't have time to go through all of that. But I'll just briefly summarize all of this. But think about this. This is fun, simple, easy, and you just do it again and again. Just to ask people to take a look at about a 6-minute video, and then their job is to decide if they want to use it or what they'd like to do with it. But our job is they need to know about this, that there could be an answer. I think in my mind that all of us, I think in my mind, all of us, the straw that broke the camel's back. Everyone who lives on Earth is a camel, and we all have straw on our backs. Some people are already on the ground with a broken back, but we all have this burden, and no matter who we are, if we could lift that burden, we're just gonna perform better. We're gonna feel better, run faster, and this is something that will help relieve that burden. So big deal. I tell people about this company, and I don't say this to everyone, but to my friends, in just making conversation, it's really fun to tell people that often in connecting with people, they say, well, what's new? And I'll tell them that, last May, I joined a new company. I'm starting all over again. After all, I'm 72, and that's my midlife crisis is my new encore career. And but if you do work that matters, that you will live years longer than before. Probably one of the most anti-aging medicines that you can take is doing work that matters, making a difference. And I'm just feeling so alive. And then I tell people that the product is actually snake oil, and they laugh. That's kind of the quintessential phrase of just the highest degree of being a huckster. That word has been around for over 100 years, snake oil. But But you know what's really fascinating, and I'll talk to them about my very favorite biochemist, how he develops amazing products. One personally saved me a whole lot of grief a few years ago, and I've been following him ever after. But a very innovative person. He actually has a snake farm. He's got hundreds of Asian cobras. They're milked, and what's taken out of that cobra venom is a particular neuropeptide that has some really powerful benefits. Now, all of this stuff, it's non-venomous. In fact, the product itself is diluted 10,000 to 1, that venom, denatured. And again, there's just an active principle taken from that. So it's non-toxic. Also, it has become a homeopathic drug and licensed as such. We can tell people it actually relieves pain, but it does it naturally. This particular neuropeptide competes with acetylcholine, and there's a couple of receptor sites in your nerves that communicate pain. They're essential to do that and also trigger inflammation. This product right here, non-toxic, gets into there and just takes down, modulates the pain, and also tones down inflammation. Well, isn't that a wonderful thing? And we've got so many amazing stories. Just me personally, last spring, we kind of had a late start. Been cold, and I was all excited, got our bicycles out. And our first ride was many miles, maybe too many. Didn't think about it, just came home, hopped in the shower, got a bite to eat and went to bed, and didn't do any stretching or anything like that. And I was awakened in the middle of the night with just excruciating pain in my quads. It was the worst cramps I'd ever had. I was, oh, it hurt. And I'm looking over at my nightstand. I didn't have any of the magic stuff, but I asked Valerie to run downstairs, and she got some up and rubbed it on my legs. And I would say in about 1 minute, maybe a little less, just blessed sweet relief. It was gone. For quite a while, it was just getting worse. And I try to walk it out, and it'd lock up, and then both legs, and oh man. And so I love this stuff. I've shared that with a couple of other people. It's worked for them too, but I could go on and on. There's so many stories, and I think that's such a big deal because approximately half of the population has pain chronically. And boy, if it gets chronic, that's no fun. And if you're hurting and all of a sudden you're not, that's a beautiful thing. And so let's go back to. So here it is. It comes in 3 deliverables, a roll-on, as you can see there, a topical gel, and an oral spray. And the oral is for systemic. It might take a little longer to take effect as it moves into you. And my good friend Darren, he had gone 37 years with horrific pain, 8 different major surgeries, including 3 hip replacements. Sharing this with him, he just had the spray, sprayed it on his back, sprayed it in his mouth, and 45 minutes later, for the first time in 37 years, he wasn't hurting. If you can touch someone like that, that's amazing. And again, non-addictive, non-steroidal, non-toxic, all that good stuff. Think about next time you go to Costco, if you happen to go down the aisle that has pain relief, and you'll see huge bottles of over-the-counter drugs that are not really, if you're buying that kind of bottle, it's probably not your 50-year supply, but it should be if you're using it as directed, because if you use it, overuse it day after day, that's the #1 cause of liver failure and kidney failure. So we can help a lot of people with this product. And so this is an amazing product. We're all interested in immunity, but look at the bullet points on this: increased longevity, cholesterol and blood normalization, liver and kidney support, reduces risk of heart disease. Wow, improved respiratory function. It's a combination of 7 synergistic mushrooms. And one of the things that's really cool about zeolite is it's used in animal feed because it not only gets rid of heavy metals, but it can positively affect toxic mold and stuff like that, which can really be a problem in animal feed. And this will help that from happening. And that's a good thing. But they were concerned that this product, this substance loves to suck up things. Maybe it would impair the nutritional content of the animal feed being assimilated. And they did studies and actually found that it potentiated, it actually improved the nutritional value. And so Rick loves zeolite, we all do, and he puts it in everything because it potentiates, it makes everything work better. And so not only do we have some amazing, fully concentrated, the right kind of mushrooms, but we've got them activated with the zeolite. And I'll just tell one mushroom story. Agaricus blazei. We can learn all kinds of things. Clenoptilolite, lots of new words. But Agaricus blazei it was discovered in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and it just had this, seemed to have a really protective effect with all the people living there. They just didn't get bad stuff. And they discovered that if people left that area, they would soon adapt the normal figures of those people in that area, or if people moved into that area, soon they would adopt that protective effect. And researchers discovered that it was this particular mushroom that was just in everything, tea, food. They just ate lots of it. It was abundant and easy to get. And so that was a food staple there. The Japanese took it there, and it's all the rage over in Japan. A lot of us in America haven't really heard much of it, but that's my favorite mushroom. Just amazing. And so this is a good thing. And all you need is take one in the morning and take one at bedtime, and good things can happen to you. And Rick said something that stuck in my mind. It isn't like a lot of immune products, like popular ones are golden seal, echinacea. Those can have their place, but you should not take them day after day. And actually, they might help a cold, but they could make other things worse because it's a stimulant. It just gets the immune system excited. And we've heard a lot from some of the things that have happened in the past that maybe that pathogen that attacks you, the reason it kills people is not the pathogen itself, but it triggers the immune system so much that it gets hysterical and causes what they call the cytokine storm, and that's what gets you. And so what's really cool about this is you can take this day after day, and it improves how the immune system works. And Rick talks about, instead of handing out your immune cells weapons to go out and kill that stuff, it hands out walkie-talkies. And so the immune system, it improves its communication and ability to adapt and get stuff out. So I think that's really cool. This is something that Rick is super passionate about, and me too. 40 years ago, I was with a company, and that was our number one mover. And I say that because it really was, but people need this. America, we just don't get enough fiber. But this is not just Metamucil or something like that. This has got some really sophisticated things in it. A lot of times, if you read the ingredients, you might see sodium bicarb, and a lot of people take that. But this is not just getting someone stirring it in there. There is a patented. The patent is gone. It's been around a while, but the thing that is not anybody has studied this, but somehow it puts it into a matrix in there. So it creates little micro bubbles that have great benefit, not just giving you a sense of fullness, but it seems to just help the surface area of the right type of fibers. But the thing we found, bottom line, is people take different types of fiber, but this one is magic. The thing that we're noticing so often is just this problem with blood sugar that so many people have. I just think, wow, this thing is consistently helping people with their blood sugar. I'm talking about people being on it 1 or 2 days, and they're getting the best readings they've had for years. And I've just kind of jokingly thought, well, blood sugar problems are just an Avini plus fiber deficiency disorder. So anyway, it's really good stuff. Everybody needs this. Energy. Okay, if you go to a truck stop or pretty much anywhere, it's just amazing how many of these little bottles are out there, and people are just buying them up. And I'll just tell you a couple of stories. Okay, one of my good friends who works with us, Paul Stowers, he's like many people, just obsessed with paddleball. He takes this before the game, and it's just like he just can mentally process quicker because that ball is moving fast, and it just really improves his game. And he shared it with a friend who is one of those gamers videos, and he took it and he says, "Oh, every gamer needs this stuff." One of my compelling stories when I was first visiting with this was in Barb Ostrom's house at the kitchen table. A couple of her friends came over, and they're older, and they're very concerned because they can just kind of feel their mental prowess going down. And so she took some of this, and just a few minutes later, she's noticing a difference. She's just talking about, oh my goodness, my mind, I can actually feel it. In fact, just talking to you, I'm easier. I can actually tell, forming sentences, remembering words. It just heightened everything. What's really neat is Rick. He's been around a long time, studied lots of stuff, and probably when you say adaptogenic, you think Russian. Years ago, cosmonauts, super soldiers, especially winning Olympics without doping blood that could be measured and getting thrown out because of stuff. And so they just kept thinking, what could we give people that would make them perform better, handle stress better, and yet would not harm the body or show up in blood tests? And lots of clinical testing. They made a blend, and it's got some really, really cool stuff in it. And so this is actually imported from Georgia, the country of Georgia. It's the real thing. ADX7 is what they call it. And then Rick has added guarana and L-theanine. Guarana is a source of natural caffeine. It's not synthetic, and L-theanine gives it a kind of a calming energy. You will not get the jitters and shakes with this product. And of course, make sure you shake the bottle before you drink it, because it has micronized activated clinoptilolite. Ooh. So amazing product. Doug Dickey has been, and he's our sales VP, and he has been working with silver. He's been passionate about it for a lot of years, and he actually found this source from a company that is the world leader in silver, but they've always just made it for as an additive to other things, as a preservative or different things like that. And what's really cool is we've got something that is amazing. It's not ionic. Rick talks about that a lot. He says, I don't like silver. It can stick in the body and gum up bad things. He says, I love it topically, but inside it can mess things up. And if you know anybody that is thinking, wow, I love silver, and some is good and more is better, pretty much every town has somebody that's blue, because traditional colloidal silver can get stuck. And if you take a little bit of it once in a while, that's not too big a deal. But if you take it continuously, it can build up so much that it actually turns your skin blue. And that's not a good thing. And so if it's colloidal silver, often it's way too big to biologically interact with the pathogens that we want to get. If it's too small, it'll get into your body, and that would be ionic silver. But what if we could have just the Goldilocks? And of all the stuff that we've studied, and Rick got in this, and he's just giddy with it. He's just really animated. So this particular company has found a way to uniformly engineer little tiny silver balls that are only about 200 atoms apiece. But the unique thing is it's uniquely stabilized in this tetrahedron structure, which actually zeolite has that same crystalline shape. But anyway, putting that together in kind of a silver oxide monocoat, it just makes it super, super stable and stays in suspension. And when you watch the video of Rick talking about it, I've already ordered my laser pointer, because the Tyndall effect and doing that compared to other products, proof is just looking. And this stuff works. We've got many, many miracles that have occurred, and it's so fun to have something that is going to be much, much more effective and just uniform in predictability and all that good stuff. I kind of think in my mind, when I first heard about this product and everything, Chip Littlejohn would say, we're the takeout company. Because if you think about this, that Cell Defender does not add anything to your body. It's not a supplement. It takes out stuff. But then you get thinking, all of our products are kind of a takeout. So we talked about, the Plus Relief, that takes out pain. We're talking about this nano silver that takes out pathogens. And so what's the difference between the detox product that is Cell Defender that takes heavy metals? Well, that takes heavy metals and stuff like this. This takes out the pathogens, the living critters that we don't want in there. Now, what's fascinating is it actually helps our immune system. And a vital part of the immune system is our biome, our friendly bacteria. That's actually integral to our immune system. Most of our immune system lives in our gut, and it's not us. we carry it around, trillions of bacteria, and they're vital. And so, like, if you take an antibiotic for pneumonia, that could save your life, but it kills all the good bugs too. This is selective, just like the zeolite is selective in not taking out magnesium or a healthy mineral. This nano silver does not harm the friendly bugs. Isn't that cool? This is just so amazing, the products that we have. And so having Avini in your home, in your cupboard, in your body, it's health assurance. We have health insurance, but this is health assurance, health empowerment account. And just kind of a fun little thing here that, so warning, Avini Health was created for anyone looking to dramatically decrease their discomfort, anxiety, and increase overall well-being. You will experience an extreme boost of energy, improved mental clarity, and the ability to focus like never before. And okay, never use Avini products on an empty spirit. So, hey, be positive, build a business, share it around, and that'll fill your spirit. So use as directed only if you feel you can handle a high degree of awesomeness. Okay, we invite you to join our team, and you want to be a customer. We hope you'll do that. But wow, if you're going to be using these kind of products, a lot of times we just can't help ourselves. If we love something and just believe in it truly, we will share it with the people that we love. And what's really cool is when you become a distributor, I think one of the big things, if you really have business intent and you're earning income, having a home business is one of the best things you can do, especially now in just today's reality where prices are going like crazy. Everybody probably is looking for another side gig. But even before, years ago, when things were a little more stable, you might be complaining about your taxes. And if you asked your accountant, what can I do? And they'll say, start a home business, because it's really important to earn more money, but also increase your legal deductions. And a home business is one of the most powerful things that you can do to just change your game in all the things. And if you're going to have a job, we suggest having a mission. Why have a job when you can be on a mission? Really, really helping others, getting paid to make a positive difference. How you get started is just a launch pack. We've got 4 of them. 2 of them are $2.99, 2 of them are $4.99. You get extra value in that enrollment pack. And we're hoping you're not just going to get in to be a consumer and load your pantry with this. This is product to use, but even more important, to go out and share and show people what this is all about. And benefits of being a distributor, I think just more and more being able to be in your own driver's seat of your life and your future. The thing that's stuck in my mind is all the studies that the degree of happiness and even your psychological health is proportional to the degree that you feel in control of your own life. And I think just the uncertainties, if you own your own business, that's so satisfying. There we go. Okay, so but also not just owning a business, but being part of a team, having the same roadmap, and not just go to work and get paid creating your own job, but actually building something of substance. We have 5 ways of making money: buy wholesale, sell retail. And when you share your business card or your website with someone, when they purchase stuff, you get 20% of that value as a check the very next Friday. When you enroll people, the packs, you get 75 and 125, except in December, this month, if you enroll 2 or more people, those volumes double. So as an example, let's roll that $4.99, let's just round it off to 500. And so if you brought in 2 people at the $500 pack this month in the same week, that 125 commission would double. So it'd be 250, and 2 of them, that'd be 500. So just as a scenario, let's say you joined at 500 and you brought in 2 people the same month, the same week, you would get your money back. The other 3 things there, team commission and rank up bonus and leadership matching, those are paid monthly the following 10th of the month. So just in summary, weekly, you get paid this, and these 3 things here is where the big money is actually. But you can make some pretty quick income just retailing and recruiting people. It could be quite a bit. But if you kind of look at this, it's at least myself, that when I first looked at it, and I've lived in this kind of stuff for over 40 years, it takes a little while, especially this sheet, which I recommend when you join, is go to your resources, and it has docs, white papers on the product, lots of different things. But this part right here, this is our pay plan, and it would be a good idea to download this, and so you have it as just a constant reference to see where you are. If you study it a little while, it looks less and less busy because it's just the same thing over and over again based on what level, how big your team is and the volume that you're doing. But obvious, looking at the top left, rank is silver, all the way down to black diamond, that's the biggest. The difference is essentially just how long you've been in and how long you're working and recruiting and getting more distributors and more customers, which makes more volume. So essentially the rank there is based on sales volume, and sales volume is based on the number of people. And what's really fun is it's not just go to work, get paid, go to work, get paid. It's teaching other people the same system. And so it can go exponential, and you can actually have something really powerful happen. And this is, there's a book called Change Your World. I could highly recommend that book, but this is something that is so powerful when you think about this. I experienced something so life-changing that I change. I share something so life-changing that you change. And then we facilitate something so life-changing that others change. And that's what we got with a clear game plan that you follow. And essentially what it is our plan is find 3 good people and teach them to do the same thing. And as you continue to recruit people, there's kind of a guardrail on this. You can't continue to put them on your front line. In fact, you won't want to, because this is better, because this plan is blind to levels. If you sponsor somebody and they're your first level, or a year later you sponsor somebody and you position them, and you can put them anywhere you want, you position them and they're 18 people down, it all counts the same. It's all about volume and keeping those three legs balanced and teaching other people to do the same. So you start this and you can see, okay, I can only get 3 people. The next level, I can only get 9. You continue to recruit more and more people. That spills down, and you find other leaders and they're doing the same thing. And it's just like a snowball rolling down the hill, accumulating. It's so powerful. This is the best plan I've ever worked in. It's just so cooperative, so doable. So we got something really cool here. and so leaders, we've got the joy of creating something bigger than ourselves. And the whole thing is you get paid on your ability to get a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently over an extended period of time. That's what this is all about. Leadership is just the ability to get people to do a few simple things day after day after day. Wow. And with this, again, when you share these products, you can touch somebody's life. So with Avini, you can do something wonderful. And so when you become a catalyst for change, one of the most significant things you can do is invite others to join you in the cause. Amazing products, good pay plan, wonderful people. Yes, on all of those things. And we've all heard this, but this is amazing. Archimedes said this: give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world. Well, Avini Health is that lever. And we have the ability to leverage by teaching other people to teach other people. That thought that give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. What if you could teach people how to teach other people, how to teach those people how to teach people how to fish? That's what we're doing here. And so there's a book written by self-made billionaire J. Paul Getty, a book that was written 40-something years ago, but of all the content of that book, this is the one famous quote: I would rather have a 1% return on 100 men than 100% return on just myself. Isn't that the more you think about that, that's so powerful. And I want to just share a thought right here. I think we've all have heard of the domino effect, but I don't know if you've heard of this. Oops. Oh, I pushed the, let's see if I can get that to come back. And there we go.
Everybody knows about playing with dominoes, but what you may not know is that a domino can knock over another domino, which is about 1.5 times larger. What I have here is a chain of dominoes. Each one is 1.5 times larger than the previous one. And the smallest domino is about 5 millimeters high and 1 millimeter thick. And I will carefully place it. And there are 13 dominoes. And the largest domino, it weighs about 100 pounds and is more than 1 meter tall. Ready? Boom.
Think about that. Isn't that amazing? We've all seen domino tricks, and we know that one can affect another, but that powerful idea that consistently a domino can knock over a domino 1.5 times bigger than itself. And we saw that progression, 1.5 times bigger. So if we had a comp plan that said you can sponsor 1.5 people, that would be hard to do. But think about if you had a progression that was 3 times instead of 1.5 times. Wow. And he talked about, that was 13, but if you went up to, was it 30, that you would be as tall as the Empire State Building? If you read the original paper that was published by a physics student, if you go up to 50, it would nearly reach the moon. Powerful, the progression. This is what we have in our hands. You teach 3 people, they get 9, 3, 9, 27, and so forth. You can change the world. And I'd just like to say, wow, change your world. Stop talking yourself out of opportunity because you don't feel like you're ready yet. Well, I'll tell you, it's easier to act your way into feeling something than it is to feel your way into acting. So just do it now. You're ready. Go for it. The polish will come later on, but we learn by doing. And so, yeah, ask somebody. Think about, okay, who could I call and ask them to do me a personal favor? Would you watch this 5-minute video? It's a biochemist talking about something that I believe you'll find interesting because you're interested in good health and you're smart. I'd like to get your opinion. Would you watch that and let me call you back tomorrow and just tell me what you think? Do that. And what if you made that a daily activity? What if you actually called 2 people a day instead of 1 or none at all? Act your way into doing that. You'll find it's fun. The worst thing will happen is, oh, that sounds kind of crazy, but I think I have heard about heavy metals. Is that for real? Have you got some studies? He talks about that. Well, then you can send him the white papers. So we just do it. And so, wow, this is what it's all about. Well, I was reading a book, and this has got this kind of phrase, I am the one and it's not about me. That almost sounds paradoxical, but let me just kind of read this to you. And so here's the book right here. And okay, I'm the one and it's not about me. I've got that phrase on my wall. But okay, the 2 components of this statement work together to create a powerful mindset for a leader. When you declare yourself the one, you don't do it because you have an illusion that you have control over everything. You do it because you are saying, if it is to be, it is up to me. Wow. Okay, you're embracing your responsibility, giving up your excuses and the right to pass the buck. The only thing better than being the one is recognizing at the same time that whatever happens in the process of your fulfilling your commitment, it's not about you. But on the other hand, you can make a difference whether you invite somebody or not. And we just got to do this. So anyway, think about that. I've found something that's changed me. I share it with someone else. It changed them, and we facilitate change everywhere. And anyway, love you guys. I'm glad you're on the team, and act your way into feeling and feel your way into acting. Let's just do this. Timing's right. The market for this, from personal experience, I see it's immeasurable. This is going to be so big. Right now, it's not. You and I, we can make it big by getting on the phone and letting people know about Avini Health. These products are already proven. Think about this, that like 15 years ago, this product, Cell Defender, was sold as an inferior product. It wasn't as good as it is now. But they were moving about 90,000 bottles of this a month. And we could do that again. For some reason, the owner of that company just drove it into a ditch, didn't appreciate it. Now we've got great ownership, people that know how to do stuff. If Neil can run a traditional billion-dollar company with thousands of stores, this is pretty easy for him. He said that. He still plays tennis every day. He can build this business with half of his brain tied behind his back. So anyway, let's do this. Take care. Thanks.